Hello everyone and welcome back to CyberGuardians. I'm your host Marcellus, and in today's episode we're going to be doing another demonstration using Kali Linux, and this time we're going to be, in the previous episode we basically learned about the different hashing algorithms, using those algorithms to verify the integrity of files. In today's episode we're going to be viewing what a GPG file is. That's one of the files that we used in the previous episode to encrypt one of our lesson planners. So I'll be going over what that does in Kali Linux.
Hi. So I guess you're wondering, who the heck is this guy? I am Shadow. A shadow of a very intelligent young man who has volunteered to join the CyberGuardians. His job is to become the avenger of defending the world, protecting the internet. So who is this brilliant young man, this brilliant avenger? Let me show you his light side.
I am Marcellus, and this is CyberGuardians. So let's go ahead and click on the plain text document here. All right, so this lesson is about using GPG in Linux to protect a file. The encrypted file is not hidden, it is locked. To open it, you will need the correct passphrase. Hint, think about the 3 core goals of cybersecurity: confidentiality, integrity, availability. The key is in the first letters. So this is a pretty easy riddle. Let's go into our terminal here and we're going to navigate to the desktop. And then we're going to do ls to list of files. So we're going to do, one of the commands to basically to decrypt the file, we would type the file name, so it's going to be GPG dot, hold on. Yeah, we're going to do GPG first, dash D for decrypt, and it's going to be GPG dot GPG. GPG. All right, so I may have to use the man command here. Excuse me. Let's see. So here are the different commands for this. So dash D. So I know what I did wrong, you guys. I put it in all caps. So make sure you watch the syntax here. So yeah, dash D, and then we're gonna do GPG.GPG. There we go. And as you can see, the encryption that is used is AES-256.CFB. Okay, yeah, so AES-256. I'm going to do CIA. And there we go. So let's go ahead and go over this. And we're going to talk about that as well. So GPG stands for GNU Privacy Guard. It is a tool used to protect information through encryption, decryption, signing, and verification. For this episode, we are focusing mostly on encryption and decryption. Encryption means taking readable information and turning it into unreadable data. Decryption is the process of turning that protected data back into something readable. In this demo, we're using GPG to protect the lesson file. The file can still be seen on the system, but the contents are locked until the correct passphrase is used. A GPG file usually ends with a .gpg, For example, if the original file is called lesson.txt, the encryption version may become lesson.txt.gpg. The GPG file is the protected version of the original file. This is important because hiding a file and encrypting a file are not the same thing. A hidden file may simply be out of view. An encrypted file has its contents changed into a protected format. Someone may still see the file, but they should not be able to easily read what is inside without the right passphrase or key. The basic command to encrypt a file is gpg-c, that's basically it. This is just an example, lesson.txt. The -c option tells GPG to use symmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption means the same passphrase is used to lock and unlock the file. After running the command, GPG will ask you to enter a passphrase. Once the file is encrypted, GPG creates a new encrypted version of the file with .gpg at the end. Also, another thing to note is that there are two different types of, we're going to go over these two different types of encryption. We have the symmetric, which uses the same key to lock the file. The same key that's used to lock the file is the same key that unlock the file. And then you have asymmetric, which is typically used as like a public and a private key kind of deal. So it uses two different keys. So this uses the same key. And the difference between, and we can actually go over that in our next episode, the difference between these two, other than the two methods using different keys, is that also like asymmetric is used for like the PKI, the public key infrastructure. It is used basically on the web, but we'll go over more on that later. And also there's a difference between, like, I know the speed, symmetric is quicker than asymmetric. So we'll definitely go over that on a future episode, but just know that we will definitely go over that, and we'll see that more and more. Okay, after running the command, we'll go through here. After running the command, GPG will ask you, it's like I'm saying GPT because everybody uses ChatGPT. GPG will ask you to enter the passphrase once files encrypted, blah, blah, blah. Okay. To decrypt the file and view the contents in the terminal, use GPG-D, and whatever the GPG file is named. The -D option tells GPG to decrypt the file. If you want to decrypt the file and save the readable version into a new file, use GPG-O. And then this looks like it is the unlocked lesson unlock.txt -D lesson.txt GPG. The -O option lets you choose the output file name. So that's the output. Okay. Because you're changing the file name to something else, I think, slightly. In this example, lesson-unlock.txt becomes the readable version of the decrypted lesson. Right. GPG is useful for protecting notes, script, backups, passwords, private files, recovery codes, and other sensitive information. Yes, we know. It can also be used for more advanced tasks, like signing files to prove who created them, or verifying files to make sure they have not been changed. Again, integrity. As we went over, one of the forms of verifying integrity was the file hashing, as we went over in the previous episode. But for this demo, the main idea is simple. A GPG file is not just hidden, it is encrypted. The file may be visible, but the information inside is protected. Without the correct passphrase or key, the encrypted file should remain unreadable. This is what makes GPG useful in Linux. It gives users a way to protect important files directly from the command line. So that's basically what it does. I sure hope you guys are not seeing my screen right now because it's dimming. Okay, I think it's because, it's my monitor. I think my monitor might be doing some like a power save feature. I think it happens when my background is dark for a while and it slowly starts to go to sleep. I have an OLED panel, so I think it's doing something to protect itself. But anyway, that's basically what GPG does. It's a very important command to know. Very simple for encrypting files. I think we'll do another lesson on different encryption algorithms. I think I'll do, instead of a walkthrough, I will actually do a talking episode on all the different ones. You have different ones like Blowfish. We already talked about MD5 and SHA-256 used for hashing. There's different encryption algorithms. Some of them are asymmetric, some of them are symmetric. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you subscribe on my Spotify podcast, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. If you want to see the video format version, I highly recommend you go on Spotify. This will definitely be shown on there. And you can also go on, I'll also post this on my YouTube, CyberGuardians Unlimited, and you can check it out as well. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe there as well. And as always, stay safe and stay secure.